Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Tonight for dinner I am making a calabacita con carnita. This is a squash and some ground beef. It is super simple to make and I'm going to show you, so keep on watching. Okay, so I already started cooking this meat because I was hungry, and then I've decided to make a video. So I've taken a pound of ground beef and I poured in some cold water. I just turned on the heat. And I used the cold water to break it up first, because if I let it cook, then I can't break it up as fine as I want it to be. So in order to get that very fine kind of minced ground beef, I add some cold water and start breaking it up. All right, so you can see that it's starting to cook. I'm gonna cook this for about 4 minutes, and I'm just gonna keep turning it and kind of breaking it up as I go, making sure I don't get like some big clumps in there. While the meat is cooking, I've gone ahead and I've chopped up 2 medium Mexican squash. You can use zucchini if you prefer. I've got a small sweet onion all chopped up here, and next I'm going to chop up this medium-sized tomato. All right, so I'm almost at the 4-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and check on this meat, and as you can see, it is cooking. It is no longer pink. And now I want this, sorry about the rooster in the background as usual. I want this water to kind of evaporate, and there'll be a little bit of fat in there as well. And then if it's, I'll check it, and if it's too much fat, I'll drain it. Otherwise, I can use it to saute the onions and the squash. All right, so it's been another 2 minutes. So it's been cooking now for 6 minutes. The liquid is disappearing. I've been checking this water. It looks very water. It doesn't look fat. I didn't mention, by the way, that this is a 93.7, so it's just 7% fat in there, so I don't expect to see too much. So as you can see, the water, or the liquid, is pretty clear. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a bit of salt. This is to taste, and I'll add a bit of, and then I can just taste it later, and if it needs more, I'll add more. I'm adding some pepper. I have some garlic powder. I have some cumin. It's about a teaspoon here. Some powdered ground cumin. And I'm going to be using an all-purpose seasoning. There's onion, garlic, a little bit of paprika flavors in there. I added a little bit of salt because this does contain salt. So make sure you check your seasonings. Right, mix it around, and you can see here there's much less liquid in there than there was earlier. Okay, we're going to go for another 3 minutes or so. All right, so a total of 10 minutes have gone by, and I've gone ahead and I added some more seasonings. I tasted the meat and I felt like I needed a little bit more, so I just added more of the seasoning, the all-purpose seasoning and the garlic powder. And now I've added the onions, so I'm going to saute them in here a bit. And you can see there's no, well, there might be a tiny bit of fat in there, but it's just a very small amount. This is very watery, so it's not all fat in there. Okay, it's starting to make the little sauteing sound, little sizzling sounds that we want to hear. And you can see that the meat is so well broken up. Look at that. That's what I want. If I find a clump, just break that up. I like it like this, nice and broken up. All right, so now I'm going to add the calabaza, or the squash. Now remember, when you add your vegetables, you're going to want to taste everything one more time once they are cooked, and then you might have to add a little more salt, maybe a little pepper, garlic, whatever seasonings you want. Listen to that. All right, that's what we want. And I'm just going to saute them around a little bit, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes. All right, so it's been a minute, and then I've gone ahead and added the tomato in there, and I'm just going to stir it in, mix it around. Look how pretty that looks. That is such a beautiful, colorful meal with the green, a little bit of yellow, and the red. Okay, now I'm going to add about 2 cups of water. I'm going to pour that in, see how much that gives me. I want to make sure that my squash or calabaza is submerged in the water. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, so here goes about another cup, maybe a little bit less. There we go. That looks good. So almost 3 cups of water. I mean, maybe 4. I didn't really measure, you guys. I'm just giving you an about. But what you want is you want this calabaza to be submerged in water. So I'm going to put this at well, it's been at a medium-high temperature. And I think I'm going to leave it like that, maybe a little bit more towards the low. It's almost medium there. And I'm going to leave it for about 15 minutes. I can put a lid on it, you know, let it cook and steam in there if I want, or you could leave it uncovered. You can check it, make sure that if there's still water in there, if this still looks kind of white or yellowish, the calabaza will get like a little bit of a light green color. You'll see the difference later when it's cooked, and that's what you want. I'll be showing it to you, obviously. So that's what you want. You don't want this very white, and it's going to be a little bit translucent as well. Okay, so let's put a timer for 15 minutes. All right, everyone, so I've waited the 15 minutes plus another 3. So altogether, it's been 30 minutes that this has been cooking. I'm going to go ahead and lift up the lid so we can take a look at it. And there we go. I'm going to check out the calabaza. It's still a little too white. I wanted a little more translucent, but you can see where it got a little bit greener. See that? I want it to be like that one on the end there. These other 2 are still a little too yellow, but you can see that little one there on the closer to the tip of the spoon. That's what I want them to all be like. So I'm going to let this cook probably another 5 minutes. I think that'll be good. All right, I'm going to cover this up. Again, I do have it on a medium heat. Just under, okay, but basically a medium heat. All right, everyone, I stepped away for a little too long, and actually for an extra 2 minutes besides the 5, so that's been, what did I say, 35 minutes? Well, actually, it turned out to be 37 minutes, and I am now looking at this, and this is looking good. It's got that little translucentness to the calabacita. You can see that right there, so this is done. All right, everyone, I'm going to give this a little taste. I have been tasting it as I went along, just tasting this liquid, making sure it is seasoned properly. And for me, it is perfect. Look at that squash. So again, this took 35 minutes of complete cooking time. Oh my goodness. Yes, delicious. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. And let me know what you thought of my recipe for today by leaving a kind comment down below. This is a super hearty meal, very fulfilling. You could serve this up with some corn tortillas, even some saltine crackers if that's what you want, or even some toast. This would be delicious. You could add some potatoes in there as well. You could add some corn, whatever. You know, you could do a lot of variety, but this simple way is easy. It's not expensive, and it is kind of a quick meal, actually. 35 minutes is not bad. I didn't have to do anything except open up a package of meat, and I chopped up things while the meat was doing its little cooking time, the 4 minutes that I told you about. Okay, so maybe you might take maybe 40 minutes in total in the kitchen to get this done. You serve it up and everybody can enjoy it in your family. Add some fresh queso fresco on top, or add some crumbled feta cheese. Or you could also add some sour cream, some regular cheese, salsa, whatever you want. Make it your own. All right, everyone. Thank you again for watching. And as always, enjoy.